So is the Ultimate Destiny 4 Destiny to wind up on Steam someday? I'll tell you why that looks like it's a very good possibility. Plus, pump the brakes on those PlayStation 4 backwards compatibility rumors. And I'm going to give you my list for the best video game actors in the game today. All this and more right here, right now on Dave's Save Point. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Dead on Dave, and here we are for episode number 3 of Dave's Save Point. We got a lot to get to. Well, not a whole lot. We got a few things that we're going to talk about. We're going to have some fun. We're going to talk about Destiny, the PlayStation 4 rumors. I'm going to give you my list of the best voice actors in the game. But before you do any of that, I want to draw attention to something, mainly because, let's face it, I'm a little bit of a whore. I'm representing the Wounded Warrior Project, of which I am an alumni of. Yes, I was a Wounded Warrior. I got hurt in Iraq. The Wounded Warrior Project, the Wounded Warrior Foundation, took very good care of me, and they're still supporting me to this very day. With anything that I might need, they're always there. They reach out quite often. The holidays are a tricky time for a lot of veterans. It's not the easiest thing in the world. So show a little bit of support to your veterans, whether or not that you believe in what the government does. Support the soldiers, support the troops. We put ourselves out there in a way that not everybody wants to do now. So show a little bit of love to your soldiers. It means very near and dear to my heart. So I'll be representing the Wounded Warrior Project as much as I can over the next month. It's hard to wear this indoors. It's a very hot beanie. It's a very sweaty beanie. But so make sure you support the Wounded Warrior Project. Okay? Thank you for that. All right, now let's get right into it, man. Dave's Save Point, episode number 3. And of course, we are going to be talking about, first and foremost, let's get into Destiny, the game that everybody can't stop obsessing over. Destiny's been out for quite a while now, yet people are still absolutely enamored with the game. Why? Because it's pretty damn amazing. It did a lot of great things. Was it the game that people thought it was going to be? Probably not. But still amazing regardless. I mean, it's a great game. I haven't really had a chance to get into it because I don't play consoles, So I played a little bit with a buddy, but I haven't really been able to dig into it the way I want to. And being a Borderlands guy and all that, this game really does seem to just call out to me. Well, I'm a Steam gamer. As you guys probably know, if you've been watching the show, you know that I play Steam. That's what I do. I'm on Steam. And this is one of those games that I've been hoping would be coming to Steam. And it looks like, due to its own little bit of a leak, that it could be happening. Yes, Bungie went ahead Bungie went ahead and they posted a job listing for a PC compatibility tester. And the requirements and the job description is as follows. The PC compatibility tester will evaluate PC hardware specific features to ensure various systems work together across multiple PC configurations to provide a great experience. This is a challenging area to test, so we are only looking for the most resilient and technically minded testers. This is a pretty big thing because there's a very good possibility that Destiny is going to be ported to Steam, to the PC. How big of a move would that be? It would be substantial. I mean, this is one of those, I think probably safe to say, it's a top 5 game that people want to see ported over to PC. I think a lot of people are yearning for like Madden stuff. I think a lot of people, that is an untapped resource, but EA does not want anything of theirs going to Steam for some reason. That's why we'll probably never see Battlefront, which is a damn shame because I'd love to play Battlefront. Probably never will because of that fact. WWE 2K16, desperately waiting for it. It looks like it might be happening. The rumor's been going around for a while. In fact, it's being sold on some sites for Steam already, here in Germania and stuff. We've seen it. So it's a very good possibility that is happening. It hasn't been confirmed yet, but I hope it's happening. And Destiny. Destiny is another one of those games. So for me, I'm personally invested because I want to play it. Once I get down with Fallout, which, by the way, I have now officially passed 100 hours of gameplay into Fallout 4. Still not tired of it. Nope, not tired of it in the slightest. Not even just a little bit. Love it, love it, love it. Best, greatest video game experience I think I've ever had in my life. It's up there with Metal Gear Solid 4, a few others, man. It's so immersive. It's so amazing. I love this game. But once again, this is not about Fallout 4. I seem to make every episode just a little bit about Fallout 4, but I can't help it. 100 hours. It's taking over my life, people. But Destiny will be a game that I know that I will easily put 100 hours plus in very easily as well. So I'm looking forward to that. I hope it does get ported over. Are you guys looking forward to the possible port of Destiny? Probably won't happen for a good year, but are you going to be lining up to download it if it does happen? I know I will be, because who buys things at stores anymore? Hard copies are dead. Just go to Steam, click, 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 download. That's all you got to do. It's wonderful. All right, last week's episode, I talked about PlayStation 4 backwards compatibility. It turns out that whole thing was a hoax. It was bullshit. It was Reddit having fun with people yet again. Now, people have claimed that it's not a hoax, that the Redditor was actually somebody who worked for PlayStation, and he freaked out because he actually posted a picture that violated his non-disclosure agreement. So he went out and said it was a fake. Now, PlayStation has been talking about backwards compatibility for a very long time, but it does look like, at least for now, that it is still not in the cards. It's still not going to be happening anytime soon, which is a shame. I don't see why systems shouldn't have backwards compatibility. The fact is, if you have it in a limited basis to where it's only downloadable games, then there's absolutely no monetary issue for you guys to not do it. I mean, it's a patch at this point. Let's face it, you don't have to issue a new system with just that feature. It's a patch. You can do it because it's very simple well, it's not simple, but it's an easy process overall to put a patch to make things backwards compatible, or at least give it something like Nintendo does with the Virtual Console, and where you can play all old games through your system. I don't see the problem in having that happen as well. There is still a segment of the gaming population that does want to play older video games. And I know me as a dad of a video game child, she's 10 years old and she's starting to wonder about my gaming roots. And I don't want to dig out old systems to be able to show her. And honestly, emulation on your computer feels hollow. It's not the same. Which, to be fair, it won't be too much different playing on the PS4, but at least it would feel a little bit more genuine. As hokey and stupid as that might sound, it matters to schmucks like me. And I'm sure it does to a lot of people as well. So, I don't know. I think that it's something that it's almost a no-loss situation to do. So, I think eventually PlayStation will get on board with it, just because it makes more sense to do it than not do it, There's only so many reasons that you can come up with for not doing it. Why it may not happen with the PS4 is real simple. I don't think Xbox One and PS4's life cycle are going to be anywhere near as long as 360 and PS3's life cycle. I believe that we're going to be getting a new generation of consoles much sooner than people were expecting. So on the next one, I'm certainly expecting backwards compatibility, just because the gap between PS4 and PS5, Xbox One, and the next Xbox is going to be so small that to even get people to care and want to shell out the money to buy a PS5, they're going to want to be able to play their PS4 games as well. I mean, you'd have to figure that being a deal breaker for a lot of people. I mean, look how much money you spend on these systems. That's why I don't have one. It's too damn expensive. The rent is too damn high. That's just the reality of the situation. So those are the two main stories I wanted to talk about, and I wanted to close with a little bit of fun here. Yes, I'm experimenting with a shorter show today. I've been doing the longer ones, but I'm trying to find that sweet spot in shows. So I think hopefully I found the sweet spot today. Let me know what you guys think of the format. Where does the tweaks need to be? What would you want to see? What more do you want from the channel? If there's specific things that you want. Also, I'd love to get footage of some epic moments in video games that you guys are playing right now. If you film an epic moment that you did and you want it to be featured here on Dead on Dave Productions, Dave Save Point, hit me up, man. Hit me up on Twitter at Dead on Dave V, or on Skype, David Vancura, DAVIDVANCURA, and contact me, man, and we'll figure out a way. We'll Google Drive it, we'll Dropbox it, we'll do something, and I'll get the footage. I'll put it on the channel. I'll put it on the show. I'll feature your epic video game moment right here. It'll be a lot of fun. I think, at least. Works for me. Hey, you're doing my job for me, giving me content. Can't beat that. All right. Finally, I wanted to give you right now my top 5 favorite voice actors in the game right now, man. It's crazy how important voice actors have become, you know? It's just, there was a time when it was all just blickety blah, real simple, by the numbers. Everything's just text and voice acting didn't matter. Now it's a staple because video games have become movies. So it is a very important thing. And with all the talk earlier in the year about video game actors going on strike, it still could happen. You're going to appreciate these guys a hell of a lot more when they go, because some of these people are big name actors and actresses. Some are just known for their roles in video games. First guy I want to give an honorable mention to is none other than Mark Hamill. Mark Hamill has done more in video games than people know. Obviously, people do realize that he played the Joker in the Arkham series, but he's also done other games, and you'd be quite surprised when you look him up. He was in the Gears of War series. He's done a whole lot of other things. Mark Hamill is unbelievably talented in the realm of voice acting. And why am I even talking about voice acting? I'm sure you're wondering. Well, it's because that's what I wanted to do when I was a kid. In high school, I would, people would be just talking to me, and I'd be like, well, tell mama's a bitch, she's a big fat bitch, the biggest bitch in the whole wide world, and I'd just be like, shut up, fat boy, and I would just do all kinds of different voices. And I know that wasn't very good. Unfortunately, I was doing it much better earlier, but it's been a lot of years. My wife hates that I do voices, and it drives her absolutely crazy. Well, and, I love voice acting. It was a passion of mine as a kid. I wanted to do it as an adult, and I didn't. I did not follow up on my dream. So I love voice actors. I think they're unbelievably important. So we're going to start with, we'll do 5. Simon Templeman. Let's start with Simon Templeman. You'll know him from Legacy of Kain, God of War, Uncharted, Mass Effect. A lot of these people that I'm going to be mentioning have done Mass Effect, because Mass Effect was so damn huge. Simon's been around for a long time, man, and he's very good at what he does. You know what you're going to get out of him. Just a consummate professional and an absolute lot of fun. He's great. He does villains and heroes, which is really cool because he's not pigeonholed. And that's another beautiful thing about voice acting, is you don't get pigeonholed. You don't get pigeonholed in just one genre. You could basically do anything because it has nothing to do with your physical appearance. It's kind of cool. So on to number 4. Number 4 for me is Laura Bailey, and it's because she's unbelievably versatile. She's not only becoming a go-to person in the industry, and she has been for the last couple of years because of her unbelievable versatility, but she is so versatile that she also is a sampling type person that, in like Saints Row and Dragon's Dogma, she's the sample voice for your created player. It's kind of a cool thing that she's able to do. But she also has the acting chops and just the ability to portray much more in-depth characters. I mean, she was She was Seraph from Final Fantasy 13 and Lady Comstock in BioShock. She's also been Resident Evil 6, Catherine, and she's been all over. She's fantastic. And she really is a joy, and much, much more, by the way. She has a very, very expansive resume, and she's very good at what she does. I absolutely love what she does. And the cool thing is, in voice acting, the field is a little bit more level between male and females because it's just as important. There's really no looks that go into it. It's all about sheer talent and being able to draw somebody in. And let's face it, video games are more exciting when you have both sexes represented, where it may not be in a television show or a movie or thing like that, because there's different conflicts that you can portray and kind of get juice out of in those type of mediums that you can't really do in video games as much. Yes, sex sells, and they use it in a different way, but great voice acting in video games really doesn't have a gender blindfold on, I mean, or it does, I should say, because they're both fantastic. And Laura Bailey is definitely one to talk about. So, number three, Nolan North. Nolan North, yes, I'm talking about Drake himself, man, from Uncharted. But he's also been in Last of Us. People don't even know that he was in that. He had a really sadistic character in that. Batman Arkham Asylum, Special Ops, The Line. I mean, he's been all around, and he's an unbelievably versatile actor who he does not stop. He's tenacious in his line reading. And a guy like Nathan Drake, from Uncharted, he's gone through this ebb and flow through the series now where it's not just a happy-go-lucky type treasure hunter. He's really become darker as the series has gone on, and he's done a really good job portraying the different levels of intensity of Drake. So I absolutely love Nolan North. He's one of my favorites in the game right now, and he's always fun. Always fun. I want to give a little quick shout out to John DiMaggio as well, who is not cracking this, so he's kind of an honorable mention. But John DiMaggio is so goddamn good in all the things that he's been in, which admittedly is not a whole hell of a lot. The Gears of War series, Final Fantasy X, but the guy was Bender in Futurama, for Christ's sake, or he was in Futurama. Maybe it wasn't Bender. I think he was. But come on, give a little love to John DiMaggio. So there you go. Number 3, Nolan North. Number 2 is probably one of the most prolific and well-known voice actresses in the game. She's paved the way, man. She's one of the greatest, and she's fantastic in everything that she does. Of course, I'm talking about the legendary Jennifer Hale. Jennifer Hale is the female Shepard in Mass Effect. Metal Gear Solid, she's played multiple roles within Metal Gear Solid. Hideo Kojima just continues to cast her because she's always good. BioShock Infinite, Metroid Prime, she's just been everywhere. You play a AAA video game, more than likely you're going to hear Jennifer Hale's voice. It's just, I don't even have to talk. When we're getting to 2 and especially 1, I think you guys are going to know where I'm going with number 1. You don't have to say a lot of words about these guys, because if you play video games enough to watch this damn show, then you should really know who these people are, and at least the effect that they've had on you, because they draw you in. And Jennifer Hale is just one of those people. She's absolutely amazing at what she does, and not enough appreciation goes her way, but she's incredible. So number 2, easy, Jennifer Hale, but she wasn't quite number 1, man. So number 1. This all has been building to number 1, man. And it shouldn't be a surprise. It's frickin' Troy Baker. Troy Baker is the man. He's been doing voice acting in video games since 2004. He's been in so many different other anime projects and animation projects, cartoons, so many other things that we could do a separate show on why he's great just for that. But it's his work in video games that sets him apart from anybody else. He's so prolific. He's in everything. Going through his entire resume would just be an hour-long worth of stuff. But Last of Us, BioShock Infinite, Resident Evil 6, I mean, it's just it's crazy. Metal Gear Solid 5, he's going to be in that. Uncharted 4, he's going to be playing Sam Drake. He's in the Lego games. Disney Infinity plays a whole bunch of different people in that. Batman Arkham Knight, Lego Jurassic World, Mortal Kombat X, believe it or not, Infinite Crisis, Tales from the Borderland, Far Cry 4, World of Warcraft, he had in Warlords of Draenor, he had a voice in that, Skylanders, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, the Disney Infinity games I mentioned, WildStar, The Elder Scrolls Online, just various different voices in that. He is one of those guys who will just provide voice after voice after voice. It's crazy. The Phoenix Wright games on Game Boy, Saints Row. He was the president of the United States of America. Marvel Heroes, Metro, Last Light, The Walking Dead, The Survival Instinct. He was that. Marvel Avengers, Battle for Earth, Dead or Alive 5, Guild Wars 2, Darksiders 2, Steel Battalion. I mean, it's just Diablo 3, Dragon's Dogma, Men in Black. I mean, the Naruto series, because he had a lot to do with that in the anime world as well. It's just crazy. Just scrolling through his resume, it's just so impressive. It couldn't be anyone other than Troy Baker. Let's be completely fair here. He's the man. He is the king of the voice actors in the video game world. Do you agree with my list? Do you not agree with my list? Should Jennifer Hale have been number one? I don't know. I'm going to go with Troy Baker. But I'd love to hear from you guys, so hit me up and tell me what you guys think about that list and the entire show. Tell me what you guys thought of today's show. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for joining me. Make sure if you want to support the channel, you can do so in a number of ways. You can go pick up a shirt over at www.deadondave.spreadshirt.com. This channel does wrestling and sports, interviews, many other things. So make sure you check out everything that's going on within the channel. We got over 1,600 subscribers now. We're growing. So get on the pain train, baby, because we're coming. So make sure you do that. Also, if you feel like donating to the channel, just to say, hey, Fat Man, I love what you do. Here's a little tip. You can do so in the description box of this very video. Easily donate, and I much appreciate that. It helps keep the things going, getting a number and everything. We have a number for call-in shows, and you can support all of that, and I very much appreciate it. If you tip your barista, you could tip the copious Fat Man who gives you all kinds of free entertainment. So you could do that as well, but no obligation, of course. Just enjoy my silky smooth voice. Other than that, I think that's all I got. Make sure you check out my good friend Tommy C over at Shot From the Point. If you're a hockey fan, you got to check out Shot From the Point. I'm there quite often throughout the week doing In the Crease with Tommy C. Also, as you can see in the little scroll work there, you can see all the other wrestling shows that I do live after SmackDown, live after NXT, the Monday Night Raw review, all pay-per-views. I'm there live. Dead on Dave Live, we do every Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is going to change, though. I'm not exactly sure what day and time, but stay tuned for that. It'll probably be Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but we'll see. And then, of course, the guy that I'm going to go out on. Make sure you watch the end of this video after I sign off, because you will be getting a little bit of information about not only an upcoming album in the hip-hop world, but I'm going to have this named musician, Mr. Real Talk Metaphor Messiah, right here for his launch party for his latest album on December 17th. Can't wait for that. So stay tuned after this video to see that promo so you can get a little bit more information on that CD. Other than that, that's all I got. Thank you guys very much for joining me right here on Dead on Dave Productions for Dave's Save Point. Like, subscribe, and share. And as always, if you don't have talent, have talented friends. We'll see you next time. Peace. Every so often, a musician emerges that changes the landscape of their genre, changes the definition of what is, alters the rules set by those who came before. That musician brings with him music that shatters the image of the status quo, music that transforms. music that ushers in new inspiration, new ideas, and new life. That musician and that music is here.
And the best in the biz.
December 17th, 2015, Real Talk, the Metaphor Messiah presents Black Mozart.